Patient urgency. Patient urgency. Now, at first blush, those two words don't seem to fit together. Patience is the ability to wait, to suffer long. Urgency is being impelled to move, constrained to act. And yet, we find again and again throughout Scripture that the fruitful life is characterized by the conjunction of these two things. Proverbs 28, 19 through 20 brings patience and urgency together in the profile of the fruitful person. The proverb reads, "Whoever works his land will have plenty of bread, but the one who pursues vanities will have plenty of poverty. A trustworthy man will have abundant blessings, but whoever hurries to be rich will not go unpunished." Now in verse 19, the fruitful man works his land faithfully. He is patiently at his work, day in, day out, rain or shine, as the seasons demand. Dirt covers his hands and sweat adorns his brow. He is non-anxious enough to not be in a hurry, and yet there is a long-term urgency to his work. He knows how much has to be done before winter. He has a holy ambition for the harvest. He works towards the vision of a fruitful farm in the years and the decades ahead. Verse 20 adds to this picture, telling us that the fruitful person is trustworthy, reliable, faithful. In contrast to the person who hurries to get rich, he plods along step by step. He knows no shortcuts. He is a slow-growing tree, grounded in his God, steady as a sturdy ship upon a crystal sea. As a result of his faithfulness, he will have abundant blessings, and he will be an abundant blessing. The principle that these two proverbs puts forward is something like this. Fruitfulness comes from steady, non-anxious activity. Faithful plodding is the path to blessing. Or, to use my initial phrase, the fruitful life is marked by patient urgency. Now we should ask, what does this patient urgency look like for those who are not farmers? Well, it looks like the man who gets up before the sun to meet with his God day in and day out, who does his work with excellence, content to faithfully plod day by day, but not content to waste his life, urgent to expand the corner of the kingdom that he has been entrusted with. It looks like the student who consistently completes her assignments on time, who maintains healthy habits of body and soul, and yet is hungry to develop right reason, fit affections, and a disciplined imagination over years of schooling. And it looks like the Proverbs 31 woman, characterized by non-anxious activity, stable enough for her husband to rely on her, urgent enough to feed and clothe her family, to build her household, to make investments that will bear decades of fruit. In short, patient urgency looks like a person who is stable but not stagnant, active but not anxious, knowing God calls them to work and he himself will give them fruitfulness. And if you're anything like me, this reminds us of our need to confess. Because too often our lives are marked by anxious inactivity rather than patient urgency. Examine yourself. Where do you fit in the Proverbs 28 profile? Do you do the hard things, the mundane things, day in and day out? Do you set your hand to the plow, working your little plot of kingdom that God has assigned to you? Do you steward your talents with excellence? Or do you chase down novelty? Bury your talents in hours of idleness. Waste your time on empty pursuits. Would anyone call you trustworthy? Are you faithful enough to be a blessing to those around you, or do you take shortcuts? Do you ignore God's good designs in an effort to succeed quickly? Are you always looking for the quick fix or the life hack? Be assured, friends, God will not be mocked. We reap what we sow. If your life is marked by anxious inactivity, if you pursue vanities and take shortcuts, your life will be impoverished. But if you embrace patient urgency, if you are active yet stable, you will be fruitful for the kingdom over the years and the decades, perhaps the generations ahead. You will hear, "Well done," from our King. So I exhort you to embrace patient urgency.